Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and good afternoon to everyone. First of all, I would like to thank the whole team in general and the Symposium chair, Dr. Noura Al Musharraf in particular, for providing me this chance to present my work at this forum. This is Dr. Muhammad Safdar Bhatti from the Islamic University of Bahawalpur, Pakistan. The topic of my presentation is investigating the problems of English language teachers and learners in the digital era. And that is the brief sketch of my topic. Respected audience, the linguistic landscape of Pakistan is rich and diverse. There are 69 living languages spoken across the country. Besides the linguistic diversification, English is perceived as a passport to better employment and upward social mobility in Pakistan. It is not only the language of various government organizations, but also used for administrative and bureaucratic procedures in high courts, the defense ministries, mass media, and education departments of the country. In a society characterized by acute class division and intense class consciousness, parents from the lower middle, or working strata of society aspire to enroll their children in the English medium schools. Although teaching is not a skill, yet that is an ever-changing art. It needs a lot of training and practice, while culture is regarded as an external relation of the language. No doubt, language is used to maintain and convey the culture and the cultural ties. Currently, English has dominated the context of foreign language learning and teaching in Pakistan. Its acquisition can guarantee the availability of opportunities to employment, traveling, higher education, and even better life. Teaching English as a foreign language is a challenging task in developing countries in general, but in Pakistan in particular. English has been included in the curriculum of Pakistani schools, and considerable attention has been paid to this language in our society. Over the last decade, technology has become an inseparable part of teaching and learning environment. This technological evolution of humankind is an essential part of integration to the digital world with the help of teachers who can facilitate learners' learning process. Now, I would like to move towards the role of digital technology. Actually, it is considered to be one of the most important drivers of linguistic change in a modern period. Over the last decade, with its remarkable entry as an educational device, the tradition of English language teaching has drastically changed. Gradle claims technology lies in the heart of the globalization process, affecting education, work, and culture. The use of English language has increased rapidly after 1960s. At present, the role and status of English is that it is the language of social context, political, socio-cultural, business, education, industries, media, library, communication, across border, and key subject in curriculum and language of imparting education. Now I would like to move towards the literature review. Actually, language is one of the most useful tools we have as humans. Without it, we can't think of expressing our thoughts to others, nor could we engage in the activities that commonly take place in the society we build ourselves. The status of English across the world has made it the most important language. The sole purpose of language is to communicate. Students of today are the future of our country. So, in order to have better tomorrow, our students should get proper treatment today. For this purpose, Government of Punjab has developed textbooks and teacher guides through Punjab Textbook Board, which are followed by the School Education Department in the Punjab. The basic education and English proficiency of the students in the rural areas of Punjab is not up to the mark. It is observed that most of the students of rural public primary schools are unable to attain the required standard of English language competencies. Actually, primary education called is the fundamental education because the whole life of a child is built on this education, and later on the whole nation is formed by these children. It is very important to have a strong base of English language at primary level because this period of the student's age is the most suitable time to learn a language. It is also the base, and larger number of our population lives in the rural areas. That's why it is very important to investigate the status of teaching English language in public primary schools in rural areas. We need skilled people for the development of our country. English, being the language of science and technology, is essential for the youth of our country to play a vital role in the process of development. The knowledge of English is more critical as well as important in the context of the global marketplace in the age of digital information technology. Having largest number of institutions, teachers and students, primary education system is the largest education system in Punjab, and it has access to the maximum population of the province. Government of Punjab has taken the most important step by including English as a compulsory subject at primary level. Now students start learning English even from the very first day of their student life. But there are many problems in practical implementation of this primary English language syllabus in rural areas. Due to many reasons, students of rural areas are unable to produce desired results at primary level. There are several factors behind these problems, like lack of trained teachers and the poor management. These are the pitfalls of English language teaching learning in Pakistan. Student, teachers, their teaching methods and evaluation, while the materials, curriculum, and the policy. Now, I would like to move towards the objectives of the study. The purpose of this research is to contribute in improving the quality of English language teaching and learning in rural public primary schools of Punjab. Based on the background of the research, the main objectives of the study were to investigate the standard of English language teaching in rural areas, to investigate the challenges faced by the English language teachers and learners, to find out the solutions of the challenges faced by the teachers and the students. My research questions were: why is the standard of English language teaching and learning low in the rural areas? And which factors are responsible for low standard of teaching and learning English in the rural areas? How can these factors be controlled? And what problems are faced by the learners of English language in the rural areas? And what problems are faced by the English language teachers in the rural areas of Punjab? If we talk about the significance of the study, it will be analyze the current situation and will suggest the ways to improve the standard of English language teaching in the rural areas of Punjab. It will also help the teachers and the course designers to understand the current situation and make the changes accordingly. The results of this study will provide guidelines to improve English language teaching and learning at primary level in rural areas of Punjab. 100 students and 20 teachers of primary level from Bahawalpur, Pakistan participated in this study. And if we talk about the research methodology, it was experimental in nature, quantitative approach was used, and stratified random sampling was done. Questionnaire for the teachers and pre-test and post-test for the students were used as a tool to collect the data from the respondents. And that is a data analysis of the pre-test and the post-test, and that is the table based on the questionnaire which I forwarded to the teachers to get their views about this digital era, and that is a graphic description. Now, I would like to move towards the findings and the conclusions. Actually, at primary level, most of the students have poor English language background. Proper AV aids are not available to the teachers. Classes are overcrowded. Teachers usually follow the traditional approaches for teaching purpose, and they are satisfied with their teaching approach. Teachers cannot give proper time for practice during the class because of lengthy syllabus and overcrowded classrooms. Teaching materials are very important in the whole process of teaching and learning to the subject. Now, I would like to give some suggestions and recommendations. A true English language teaching must be carried out to help the learners. Government should formulate proper education policy for introducing proper language teaching in the country. Teachers should present their lessons in an enjoyable, relaxed, and interesting way. Syllabus may be designed to promote writing competencies of the learners. Teachers may be properly trained. Classroom strength must be minimized. Some extra classes may be arranged to make up the deficit linguistic areas. Emphasis must be laid on the sentence structure, grammar, and spellings. Students may be motivated to take interest in developing communicative competence. And these were some references from which I got the help. And thanks for your patience. And any question, please.